Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I am Canon EOS photographer Randall M. Rueff. You can see my picture there on the left side of the screen there. And this is the Canon EOS-1D C camera body, as you can see in the middle, and a description on the right side. B&H now has recently announced a price drop from basically $12,000 to $10,000, or $11,999 to $999. It basically went from $12,000 to $10,000, so it's $2,000 savings. Of course, it's going to pay a little bit more with shipping and tax, although it's free shipping, but there's going to be some tax, obviously. But basically, you're going to save $2,000, which is really good. But makes me think that there is going to be a new 1D C, whether it's the 1D C2 or the CS, or somehow there's going to be some kind of replacement or upgrade or update or something to make the camera better. Let me go into right now what I want to talk about is some of the things I'm hoping that will be. First of all, I'm hoping GPS is going to be internal. Now, the problem with that is in the past, they said that to make the rugged durability and the body had to be so thick and the magnesium alloy body had to be to maintain this durability, it had to be so thick that a GPS signal couldn't get through the magnesium very well, and that a solution would be that they had to make it thinner, and because if they made it thinner, it would be less durable. So that was their theory and their line. So they didn't have GPS internal. Well, I'm hoping somehow they figured it out where it's still going to be durable and reliable, but have the GPS. I'm sure there's a way to do it. They do it with a lot of other cameras. Keep in mind, the Canon makes one of the best cameras on the high end, and they use some of the best materials. Still, I think there should be a way. I mean, I'm sure there is. It's just a matter of getting the right people to do the right thing and put in that technology and figure out how to implement it the best way possible. So that's possible. It's just a matter of time and resources and the right people working on it. Next, of course, would be the higher resolution. Rumors of a 46.1 megapixel sensor, 50 megapixels, 49.1. I mean, a lot of things are going. Rumors are going around. 46.1 seems to be the rumor for the moment, but 50 megapixels, 65. I mean, there's a lot of rumors going around. We just don't know yet because they haven't released it. So this is a beautiful camera. I wish I owned it. $10,000 right now. It's still out of my price range currently. I'm hoping eventually Canon will, if they do come up with a new one, Canon will send me a free one to use and unbox and use and basically, run it through at paces and have it to keep. But until then, I'll make a video about some of the things we hope it will have. Now, obviously, the 1DX and the 1DC have a very high how do I want to say it? Their ISO or ASA can go really high and makes low light photography really great. And quite frankly, with my EOS Digital XT, that's just something I can't compete in. Even for the 5D Mark III, it's so much better than what I've got right now with the EOS Digital XT. And I love my camera, but I wish it would do everything this camera did. I mean, 18.1 megapixels is great, but a lot of cameras nowadays do 18.1 megapixels. While 4K still isn't on a lot of people's list of things and features, there are some cameras now that are having 4K. Full HD is on a lot of cameras. The dual digit 5, of course, is a great feature. 3.2 LCD screen is great, so maybe in the future they'll make it even bigger. I don't know. The eye-level pentaprism is great. Dual CF cards is great. EF lens mount. I think it would be neat in the future if they had multiple lens mounts. So you could use a Canon lens or a Sony lens or a Nikon lens. That may not be something coming out real soon, but that would be real nice. My idea was at the metal part where you could twist it where the red dot's at the top, you can twist it a certain way or a certain amount, and there'd be like, thing where you can do Sony lenses. You twist a little bit more, you can do Nikon lenses or Panasonic or whatever, whatever. But Nikon and Sony would probably be the two ones beside Canon that most people would be, especially Nikon. I mean, Nikon's their biggest competitor. And if you could do a camera that did Canon and Nikon lenses, that would be, and have full frame and have full accessibility. Oh, that would be, I mean, seriously, that would be awesome. Of course, the magnesium alloy body, I'm always wondering why they're not using titanium. Maybe that's more expensive. I don't know. I'm not sure what the price range for magnesium compared to titanium is right now. As far as weight ratio, I'm not sure what the weight comparison is on that either. Anyway, they're using magnesium. It's really good either way. 61 high point density autofocus. I'm hoping that if they have a successor, or when when they have a successor to the 1D C, it will have even more high density autofocus points. I mean, 100 would be ideal, or would make sense. Just 100. But then there's a lot that goes into it. Just more than common sense. So there's a lot of technical issues, a lot of work that has to go into it. But I think 100 point high density autofocus would make sense. So if you want to make, say 50% cross point or cross type and 50% not, that would make sense, kind of maybe. So maybe they'll do that. I don't know. And then if they come up with either, whatever it happens to be, 25, 30, 45, 46.1, no matter how many megapixels they come up with, obviously it's going to be an improvement. But again, when you have more megapixels, they say it affects your low light capability. So I don't, there's always that, it's like that, compromise of how many frames do you want per second and what's the quality or the race between speed and resolution. I mean, there's lots of there's lots of things that you have to weigh back and forth when you're making changes to the camera. And it takes time to not only develop them, but then test them to see if that's really the way you want to go. And if it is the way you want to go, then move forward. If it's not the way you want to go, after you test it, there's a lot that really goes into this, but a lot of highly trained and high skilled people, both at Canon, as I'm sure, Nikon, and any other camera manufacturer, especially with high end stuff. So I wish them all the best. I'm looking forward to seeing what comes up next, as are a lot of photographers. Let's talk about some of the other things I would like to see. And that is internal 3D, where it splits the image in the camera, so you don't have to do it in a computer. So there are a lot of things that I would like to see. So with that in mind, Ken, my name and address is down below. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Everybody else, see you later. Bye. Here's a neat camera.